Hello, everyone, and welcome. I'm Sandra, and I love exploring how technology, education, and sustainability can help us rethink everyday systems the most of us rarely question. Today we are talking about something we all create every single day: waste. Not the most glamorous topic, but perhaps one of the most important topics. Because every yogurt cup, every coffee lid, every pizza box, every plastic wrapper tells a story. A story about resources, a story about consumption, and a story about the future. Today, I want to take you on a journey around the world, not with a plane, but through an interactive application called Global Waste Disposal Explorer, a platform that allows us to compare recycling systems in, I choose like 5 countries: Germany, France, Italy, South Korea, and Turkey. And we learned something fascinating. There's no perfect waste system yet, but every country has ideas worth borrowing. So, yeah, I've got a quick question for everyone. Raise your hand if you've ever stood in front of a recycling bin and thought, where does it actually belong? Paper, plastic, organic, a secret fifth category nobody ever explained. You're not alone. Even in countries with sophisticated recycling systems, confusion is common, which is exactly why we built, or I built, this experience. Why this matters? Globally, humanity produces billions of tons of waste every year, and yet the way countries handle waste differs dramatically. Some focus on recycling, others on waste to energy, others on food waste reduction, others on economic incentives, and some are still building the infrastructure needed for large-scale recycling. So the interesting question isn't which country is the best. The interesting question is, what can we learn from each other? So let's explore the platform, the Global Waste Disposal Explorer. It contains of an interactive dashboard, country profiles, recycling simulator, an innovation map, a global scoreboard, a waste future builder for 2040, and an AI coach, a city learning advisor, and finally an interactive quiz. So let's dive in deep. Let's have a look on the interactive dashboard. When users enter the platform, they immediately see a global overview. The dashboard transforms complex waste data into something understandable. Instead of reading long reports, users can instantly compare recycling rates, landfill dependency. You can see here, there are the detailed metrics. They can see waste generation, innovation levels, circular economy initiatives, and the dashboard answers one simple question: what does waste management look like around the world? And within seconds, users begin spotting the differences. And the curiosity begins. So we can have a look on the single country profiles. Let's explore the country pages. Each country has its own story. For example, Germany is known for sophisticated waste separation systems, multiple categories, strong recycling culture, deposit return systems. And let's have a look what we can find in France. Go back to the dashboard, choose France. Well, France France has an increasing focus on circular economy strategies, the growing producer responsibility programs, and let's have a look. Italy. Italy has very interesting regional differences, strong local innovation projects, creative approaches, and Korea, South Korea. And South Korea is one of the most fascinating systems, especially regarding food waste, technology-driven solutions like the RFID food bins and pay-as-you-throw and food energy systems. They got smart tracking, user accountability, and let's have a look. Turkey. Turkey can offer. Turkey is rapidly evolving. They got large-scale awareness campaigns, significant opportunities for future innovation. And yeah, the goal isn't judgment, the goal is understanding. So we move further to the recycling simulator. Now comes the fun part, the recycling simulator. Users can make decisions and immediately see possible outcomes. Questions like, should we invest more in recycling? Should we improve waste separation? Should we introduce deposit systems? Should we reduce food waste? Yeah, users instantly see how different choices can have or can make an influence. So we can see the recycling rates, we can see the environmental impact, the cost, the city performance, and get learnings about or interactive learnings. Yeah, so let's try it. So if we choose the plastic bottle, choose Germany, uh, then we see different phases. So yeah, it gets returned to store via fund, reverse vending machine, and then yeah, you see the different life cycle phases of a plastic bottle. In France, there's a yellow bin uh, with single mixed recyclable stream. South Korea. Yeah, so we can compare it, or we can see here, let's choose a pizza box, pizza box. Um, Turkey, there's a blue bin, and in Germany is the paper bin, and France is a yellow bin. So yeah, you can also choose like glass bottle or smartphone might be interesting as well. Glass bottle. Um, in France exists a green street bell, and yeah, and in Germany there's the color sorted street bank with white, green, and brown. In South Korea, there are refillable bottles returned via deposit. Okay, and in Turkey, there's a glass blue and green container. Let's have a look on the aluminum cans. Uh, okay, designated metal and metal bin. So yeah, it's quite interesting. You can compare the different methods in different countries. Smartphone, smartphone. So in South Korea, there's a Samsung LG buyback e-waste. Okay, there's even an e-waste day. Quite interesting. And in Germany, there's a take back at the retailer. Mhm. In France exists an eco-organism drop-off. So yeah, I think it's pretty interesting. Um, yeah, well, let's go ahead. We move on to the innovation map. Innovation exists everywhere. So the innovation map highlights inspiring ideas from different countries. For example, the smart bins, the food waste technologies, AI-supported sorting systems, deposit return innovations, circular packaging concepts. Yeah, sometimes one small idea from another country can inspire an entire city. So also here we can click on different countries and then get some inspiration. So France has a high focus on producer responsibility, food donation laws, repair index, and if you compare it with, let's say, Italy, you can see Italy has a higher focus on organic waste collection. South Korea, um, as well focus on food waste technology, volume-based pricing, and RFID waste tracking. So yeah, the hotspots of recycling practice. Tap a pin to surface. So you can try it after the webinar, you can try it by your own. Tap a pin to surface in the single countries and to see their innovation methods. Let's go ahead and try. We move on to the global scoreboard because humans love to compare. Um, that's why I created the scoreboard. Users can compare countries side by side. But this isn't about creating winners and losers. It's about recognizing strengths. Every single country contributes something valuable, and every country still has room to improve. So, yeah, let's have a look. The overall ranking. Um, we can see the different numbers in recycling, engagement, food waste, circular. Um, yeah, okay. Now we move to the feature number 6, Build Your City 2040. This is one of my favorite features, the 2040 builder. Because imagine you are designing the waste management system of the future. What would you love to choose? Would you like to choose more recycling? Would you like to choose more repair centers, smarter bins, food waste tracking, community education, AI-powered sorting? Users become, in this part of the Global Waste Explorer, the users become architects of a better future, because they suddenly can explore and try by their own. I just said waste management becomes exciting. Hmm. And I also said of ID food waste bins are very exciting. And door-to-door collection might be interesting as well. So the numbers are illustrative and designed to reach or teach trade and offs between recycling performance, citizen convenience, and emissions reduction. You can see here. Reach. And finally, go ahead to the AI waste coach. Now let's meet the AI coach. Users can ask questions like, what can Germany learn from South Korea? How can cities reduce food waste? What are the most effective rates in my neighborhood? Instead of searching through thousands of reports, users receive personalized explanations, and the AI becomes a sustainability learning companion. So we can see here why South Korea is so successful with food waste. South Korea's transformation from a 2% food recycling rate in 1995 to over 95% today is a masterclass in combining strict legislation with high-tech infrastructure. The turning point was the 2013 national ban on sending food to landfills. Instead, the government implemented a volume-based waste-free system, a pay-as-you-throw model that treats food waste as a costly utility rather than a free service. And there are, as I said before already, there are the RFID enabled bins. So what can Germany learn from South Korea? Yeah. So the design bans ban multi-layer materials and colors pad that disrupt high quality recycling stream and remove from flat rate waste bins to weight-based RFID bins. Could be interesting. right. So, and what can my city learn? This may be the most practical feature. Users enter their city. So we try Tristan. We choose like 500 inhabitants and uh, low household recycling rates as a goal. And then we generate recommendations. So Dresden, as a city known for high-tech manufacturing and Silicon Saxony identity, Dresden is perfectly positioned to transition from passive waste management to a data-driven circular economy. Yeah. Mm, they could start with a smart district pilot. Okay. Okay. So there are quite some nice innovative ideas. Mhm. Or they could borrow the bridge. To bridge the gap in household recycling, Dresden should integrate these specific southern and eastern neighbors' successes, like Italy's Porta a Porta or South Korea's RFID, food waste bins, or France Repair Sustainability Index. Mhm. While a national law, Dresden can implement a city-level Reparaturbonus. Mhm. Okay, interesting. So the advisor analyzes potential ideas from other countries. So we can imagine a city in Germany is learning from Korean food waste systems, and a city in Turkey is learning from German deposit systems, or a city in France is learning from Italian regional innovations. Overall, I would say this transforms global knowledge into local action. And that is where real change begins. And the last point is going to be an interactive quiz. So finally, we test our knowledge. The platform includes a 15-question quiz, not to judge, but to spark curiosity. So the questions reveal surprising facts such as how much food waste can be recycled, which countries can or use deposit systems, how does smart waste tracking work, which innovations reduce landfill dependence, and yeah, the learning becomes playful. I think we should just try it. And yeah. So which country uses RFID food waste bins nationwide? Germany, South Korea, Italy, or Turkey? I would say it's South Korea. And choose. It's correct. South Korea's RFID bins weigh and bill households per gram. Next, which country pioneered the fund deposit system? I think it's Germany. Correct. Which country has a national zero waste strategy? I'm not quite sure. Could be. Oh, it's Turkey. Okay, Turkey. Which country leads Europe in organic waste recovery? Mm, oh, it's Italy. Okay. Which country runs the most extensive extended producer responsibility teams? Um, France. Mhm. What percent of food waste does South Korea recycle? South Korea recycles 95% of food waste. Wow, it's insane. Italy's porta is best translated as door to door. Which item has a deposit in Germany? The pizza box, the plastic bottle, the banana peel, or the smartphone? Um, Deposit. Yeah, plastic bottles, PET bottles, and cans carry 25-cent fund. Which country bans destroying unsold non-food goods? Mm, France. Okay, France. France, 2020 AGEC anti-waste law. Interesting. Turkey's recycling rate roughly grew from 20 to 60, no, from 13 to 35% in 5 years. Which country uses volume-based pricing? South Korea. Standardized colored bags since 1995. Okay. Glass bottle recycling is closed loop because um, glass becomes plastic, glass is incinerated, colored mass infinitely without quality loss. Color can be remelted indefinitely. Which country mandated a bio-waste bin nationwide first? The Germany's biotonne became mandatory in 2015. Okay, question from number 14. Coffee grounds in South Korea go to? They go to food waste streams. Coffee grounds are food waste separated from the capsule. What's the biggest remaining challenge for Turkey? Hmm, Landfill dependency. Ah, okay, perfect. So before we finish, I'd like to leave you with one thought. When we think about waste management, uh, we often think about what we throw away, but maybe waste management isn't really about waste. Maybe it's about design and it's about systems and maybe it's about responsibility and maybe it's about imagination. Because every country we explore today proves something powerful. Better systems are possible, not because people are perfect, but because people are willing to learn from each other. The future of waste management won't be built by one country, it will be built through shared ideas, shared innovation, and yeah, I see there's definitely potential. Um, Shared curiosity, and yeah, thank you for joining me on this journey through the Global Waste Disposal Explorer. And remember, the most valuable thing we recycle might not be materials, it might be ideas. Thank you, everyone. And yeah, feel free to explore the Global Waste Disposal Explorer and test the AI coach, build your own waste system 2040, challenge yourself with a 15 minutes question quiz, and ask yourself, what could my city learn from the rest of the world? Please add at the end if you are curious about how to create such an explorer. I offer one-to-one sessions and coachings. Just send me a message and you could add this to a final closing section. And before we close, one final thought. Many people see an application like the Global Waste Disposal Explorer and think, oh, that must have been taken a huge team of developers. But the truth is that today, with modern AI tools like Lovable and the right approach, it has never been easier to transform an idea into an interactive learning tool and experience. Whether your passion is sustainability, education, food innovation, health, mobility, or the future of cities, you can create engaging digital experiences that help people learn, explore, and just make better decisions. So, if you're curious about how this Explorer was built, or if you'd like to create your own interactive application, AI-powered coach, simulator, dashboard, learning platform, or innovation tool, I offer one-to-one sessions and coachings, and together we can explore how to turn your idea into a working prototype and how to use AI tools such as Lovable, Bold, Bubble, Mio, Generally, Builder, and others, and how to build interactive learning experiences without a traditional development team, on how to bring sustainability, education, food innovation, and technology together. The future doesn't belong to those who wait for perfect solutions. It belongs to those who start building. If this webinar inspired you and you like to create something meaningful yourself, simply send me a message. I'd love to hear your ideas and explore what's possible together. Thank you for joining me today and enjoy exploring the world one recycling system at a time. Thank you.